Hey, Laura J back home, picking up some garbage that is along the path or route that I have taken, and I am getting ready for the weekend where we're having some networking of a higher level than usual, because we're coming together to really better understand who's who, what we're working on, what we're passionate about, what we're involved in, what we need, and then being able to connect with others who indeed seem to be doing similar things. So you're really recycling without bringing in the cycles that haven't been serving us, and instead actually choosing to move with what is showing up in our path and to grow through it, even though the growth comes with growing pains. So I hope this message reminds you to kind of look at your life and the path that you're on now, as I'm doing with my own, and look to see if there's garbage strewn about your path, and pick it up, and then decide how it got there. You know, did somebody else leave it, or did you throw it off unconsciously or intentionally, littering the earth or your internal world? These are the things that would really benefit us to see the garbage programming that many of us have received from those who were doing the best they could with what they knew at the time. And we always do the best we can until we know better and then can do better. But what is our underlying motive? Which is really part of the other piece as to why I want to gather some of the greatest players of the game of life that I know locally, or from within a reasonable distance from Blackstock, to be able to come together so that we can meet one another. We can see where the other players on the field of consciousness are, and we can get in sync with one another to be able to actually do what we need to in this realm, which is build the new way that the new world will live by. And with that being said, we need to make sure that we add an O into the new world so that it now becomes the new orderly world, because we got our values, principles, and morals aligned so that we could find the time to do what many would say is impossible, which is the correcting of where the cords have gotten crossed, the wires have gotten crossed, and we lost our connection with one another at the expense of profits, or at the expense of people for the sake of profits, rather. But not profits with the PH, but the F, that lands in corporations that incorporate us into those lands, which I often rift about. REM is what our body will go into if we haven't got enough of it at sleep, I was told today. So I'm moving through my own process and my own struggles and my own excitements also. And I hope that you have some of the excitement, and if you've got any of the challenges, then know that you are being challenged to grow into a better version of you, and that it takes being able to go through the discomfort of seeing where there has been misalignment or garbage that has been taking us into a space that isn't serving us, and then changing that story so that we can be the crafters of our own. So, day 7, this is the message for today. What does it mean to you? What does it mean for you? And as I always say, what are you going to do with it? I look forward to hearing. Laura J. Namaste.